Travis Wayne Goodsell, we have a Jasmine comment to get to. And so, I think you even had an email comment too. I was waiting for my delivery today and wasn't able to. Yep, there it is. The missionary's story continues. Alrighty. Jasmine comment reply video time. Just in time for bedtime. So we'll do that one last. First we have burning on the cross. Mr. KKK. He had to edit this too. It was compelled in ignorance. His Mormon's faith and hope in Jesus Christ. And so, yes, it triggered a KKK Klansman with a nuclear bomb instead of a burning cross. Remember, you are servants. KKK, just like the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Did you know that's where the CTR ring was designed from? The shield with the cross? The words of the masters. I think we all now see the church is not what it says, what it was, or says it is. Well, you got that right. But, do you know what it was? Do you know what it is? We know what it says it is. And Jesus is not Yeshua. Are you sure? Because Jesus is Greek for the Hebrew Yeshua or Joshua. The Jesus was actually pronounced Jesus. The Y-I sound instead of the J. And prior to 1500, Jesus as a word did not exist. Really? You see, kids, being a Klansman causes mental damage, of which they get very angry and want to hurt people and burn things. Perhaps research Deganawida, or the Great Peacemaker of the Haudenosaunee tribe. He was the one who called for peace during the warring factions. Did you even bother to read it? Dear God. Goodbye. You have been judged. And because you're not paying tithing, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is going to burn you on a cross. Isn't that special? Okay, Jasmine. Sean, the Oregon Messiah, Farm Armageddon Battle. And so Jasmine is now trying to learn Hebrew from Google Translate. And the first error that we see from Google Translate is that Jasmine called herself masculine in Hebrew. So cute. It would be Malakot rather than Malachi. Malachi. But they put in Ha Malakon, the ending, for the king of angels or messengers. So yes, you can't really rely on Google Translate. That's why I was wondering about Sean's message there. How much of it did he actually know, or was it just from Google Translate? As Jasmine did. And I noticed that Google Translate also selected the Semic rather than the Shin for you. This is a transliteration of your name, to teach you a little Hebrew. It's where your pronunciation is carried over into the alphabet of Paleo-Hebrew script. Whereas if you were to actually translate your name, it would be Gift of God in English translation, and so you'd use the Hebrew for Gift of God, which would be Matanel. Gift, God, El. So that would be your name in Hebrew. And of course it would be the feminine, but the two words combined together works for either way. And so she provides a translation. Thank you. Which is how I knew that the Google Translator was not accurate. She says, "Greetings and salutations, Travis Wayne Goodsell. I am the angel Jasmine, sent from on high." I've got that picture. Will I be able to find it? I found it I'm working on a project on this computer, and I found it on that project. And so I'd probably be quicker to find it on there and transfer it on a file to this computer to use as my thumbnail picture. By someone other than Sean. To you in this comment vision, to the Travis Wayne Goodsell, as you are a prophet and I am an angel. And it could be the theme song in the description below. I am here to chastise you for teaching Mormons the truth. It's not faith promoting. As the learning of the Jews is to be known, it has been revealed that such knowledge is to be told to those who listen. Also, I should be quiet, not do videos anymore. Mormons would cheer. As those who are lost will never see the light. No, that's a sad reality. It is also written that the prophet Travis Wayne Goodsell shall proceed forth in the design and production of women's fashion. As it is written, saith the angel Jasmine, by authority from thee which is greater than I. If you're wanting me to send you my daily samples of what I collected, I can do that, Jasmine. Send you an email. Today was women's swimwear fashion as I was waiting for my Amazon order to be delivered. They shall further prosper from your fashion designs revelation and send forth said manufactured goods to the world. What, they don't want to be naked? As the latter days have come for the world to have said fashions for the posterity and preservation and beauty of this world. Like I said, women don't need clothes to be beautiful. You will heed to my words in this revelation and shall not search the internet through my mystery. I think I want to, Jasmine. What are you looking at? I want to know. This revelation is given to the prophet Travis Wayne Goodsell this day as instructed by thee who is greater than us all. You have been warned. Hilarious. Alrighty. So the missionaries. Wow, we got pictures. The priesthood ban written into the Book of Abraham. Not quite. Not quite. Not quite. Book of Moses, yeah. No, Sidney Rigdon. Campbellites believed in that. But again, they were still using it as a mixture to help pay off Sidney Rigdon for writing the Book of Mormon, which I'm still seeing Mormons and critics both rehashing the same old lies. Saints Unscripted had a crazy guy pretending to be a pirate or Napoleon trying to say that the Book of Napoleon is not plagiarized in the Book of Mormon. And he's got over 7,000 views already, even though it's been a week since he did it. But I mean, he didn't even bother to go to this link. The late war with the Book of Mormon. Not Fair Latter-day Saints. No. Wordtree.org. The Book of Mormon and the Late War. A comparison of the Book of Mormon and the Late War between the United States and Great Britain. This is how you put your spiritual witness feeling to the test to find out if it's telling you the truth or if it's a liar, pants on fire, and you need to burn it on a cross. As it's not a human. It's a little voice in your head. And you know that it's now a psycho voice and you shouldn't listen to it because it's going to want to tell you to hurt people. And so he did a lot of research on this, whoever it was, but he did not give a key code for the coloring. And so he just goes over showing the parallels. Plagiarism is proof of the Book of Mormon's truth of the two books. And yet that Mormon didn't even bother to go to it, and he discouraged and deceived his followers, over 7,000 now, into the parroting, puppeting of the lie that the Book of Mormon was not written by Sidney Rigdon as the major author of the Book of Mormon. And Joseph Smith Sr. had to rewrite the 116 pages after Martin Harris stole them. And that's all but critics, you too, you got it wrong, you conclude. And when you conclude hastily, that's also a fallacy argument. You know this from the church apologists who conclude hastily. The only difference between a Mormon and a critic is that the critic got the wrong feeling and said, well, this church can't be true then. Good, but you dragged Joseph Smith and the Book of Mormon with you. And then Mormons, they got a good feeling about it. Oh, raping your daughter is okay because that's how Jesus came to be. Dear, Daddy wants to see you. Dear God. That's just sick and wrong, Mormons. And the Come Follow Me manuals. Uh-oh. confirm this. If the brand new manual is racist, oh boy. Oh boy. There we go. You see, back in those days, well, the KKK, everybody knows the KKK. When DNA came out, all white supremacists jumped on the bandwagon to get their DNA tested to prove they are the pure white master race, only to be met with shame and humiliation as an ancestor raped a black girl, similar to mine. And there was some problems, as these white supremacists now had to keep it a sacred secret and lie. I never had my DNA tested. I know who I am. Oh my God. Was 1 Nephi 17? 1 Nephi 12. Okay. First Nephi 11. Ideas for teaching children. Oh dear God. I don't see it. Oh, wait a minute. First Nephi 12 to 14. Nephi 11. I don't think that's the right reference. Let's see if we can find the actual quote. Loathsome and filthy people. I'm just getting flashback of Bigot Butters. He was a legislator here in Utah. Oh dear God. It is. 1 Nephi 12:23. Yeah. So I'm not seeing it in the manual though. Because this is the Come Follow Me manual. And it's the brand new one. First Nephi 12 to 14. I can be armed with righteousness and power. White power. Nephi would not live to witness much of what he saw in his vision. Why do you think it was valuable for Nephi to know these things? It's literal history. Why is it valuable for you to know them? So that we are not white supremacists, or that we are not fence sitters. There we go. And ask these questions each time you read about something that Nephi saw in his vision. What impressions do you receive about your role? It does not bring it up. So let's see if we can find the concluding thing. If there's extra material. Nope. I'm not finding the quote, guys. Yeah, I'm just not finding the reference. Help me out. Here's the full quote of what the Come Follow Me manual cites. I'm not finding it. Is it possible that it's 4th Nephi verse 17 that they snuck in the quote? That would make sense, putting it near the end of the book. Because nobody would ever read it there. Let's see if we can find it. Ether. Fourth Nephi. Oops. They put repentance in church. Go talk to your bishop. Nope, I'm not seeing 4th Nephi reference here either. I can't find it, guys. Are you sure it's the Come Follow Me manual? Because that's what I've got. It's the Come Follow Me manual. And it's all the same. Living, learning, and teaching the gospel of Jesus Christos de los Santos de los Últimos Días. Because it's all the same for families, children, church. Everybody's learning the same manual. So say we all. I can't find it, guys. Help me out. After the people again forgot the Lord and dissensions arose, some of them took upon themselves the name Lamanites, and the dark skin returned. That's okay. This is all from the same manual. I don't recall from my associative memory that the dark-skinned returned when they all divided again after Jesus came. Now, granted, it could have been taken out. It was in the 1830 version, but yeah, I'm sorry, guys, I can't confirm this. But I do know of it. And so let me explain yet again. The Book of Mormon is not literal history. It is a prophecy of the latter days. And so Nephi is the Christ of Mormons in the latter days. Layman is the president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the great white supremacist. And so, because of Layman's wickedness as a white supremacist, The story is written that he turns black. The worst fear of white supremacy. But it's not to be taken literally. It refers to the darkened soul. But it was designed to help people not be white supremacist, so that they love each other. Because that's the only way to communicate with a white supremacist. You cannot reason with them. They will not be reasoned with. And so the only thing to do is cause fear down their spine. No, Anubis is a slave servant in the temples of the Egyptians. And other critics, Egyptologists for example, make the error of assuming that because Joseph Smith didn't put Anubis's mask on, that he therefore got it wrong, with specifically in facsimile number 1. No, that it shows that Joseph Smith knew that this was an actual priest in the temple who did this. And so the dark skin of Anubis is just the fur. It's a jackal. But yes, there were often times where Egyptians were black, especially during the Ethiopian rule period. But they were mostly olive-skinned, as Zawi Hawass was furious with the DNA results. He was not happy that Joseph Smith was right. He didn't know about Joseph. He didn't care about the claim that the Egyptian pharaohs were of Canaanite descent. But the DNA confirms, yes, they are. And so that's a situation where he was upset that they weren't Egyptian, which is a racist thing to do also, rather than letting the science determine what the facts are. And so, yeah, this is a situation that nobody understands because they're not using the learning of the Jews. Joseph Smith clearly was not a racist, and they were purposely writing this to scare white supremacists from doing what they plotted to do in the latter days, and they've already done it. And so, yeah, they are evil. But, yeah, when you take it literal, when you use Christian interpretation, yeah, the Book of Mormon is porn, and it's racist, and it's sexist, and it's bigoted. And that's the problem that nobody gets, is that by replacing the Jews, they are the evil. And yet they're accusing the Book of Mormon of being evil. Oops, beam and mote. Gotta interpret it correctly. So, yep. Before I share the latest missionary visit experience in your comments, I wanted to show you these pictures that James had showed them. The conversation was about the racism thing again. Yeah, it's an easy one for James. He's got the missionaries by the balls, and he's got the sword ready to cook up some Rocky Mountain oysters. I can't believe they're still coming back. I just, dear God. But that's the thing with missionaries. They are just so ignorant that they don't even realize that they've already lost you guys. But yeah, keep having fun with them. Keep calling them up. If they skip a meeting, call them and say, hey, where are you? We had a meeting today. We got some more things to talk to you about from the Book of Mormon. But I am surprised you haven't gone for the Heavenly Father rapes his daughter. You should just be hammering these missionaries with everything. Racism, sexism, sexual debauchery. The 1830 edition change or originals, they would just be overwhelmed. James only brings it up with them to see where they stand on the issue with their teachings. They're racist. You already know this. They're racist. They obviously don't get from the church. Yeah, they do. Or its leaders. Yeah, they do. They do. I did Nelson's video clip, his audio to BYU students. Don't intermarry. Like you guys. He said that you guys will have a failed relationship. Don't do it. And here the missionaries are, with the leader of the church who said that. It's funny how he keeps expressing to them with just a little reading of their own books that they carry with them, how he can find things like this. Oh, there are a whole bunch more. It's a gold mine if you take it literal history. They tell us both we are diving too deeply into it. It's because you're not getting the right feeling. They don't want you to study the Book of Mormon. Oh, that is so absurd. See what I've had to deal with my whole life? Oh my God. You're not actually supposed to read the Book of Mormon. You're just supposed to get a good feeling about it. That it's a racist, sexist, bigoted, pedophilia, incest, murder. Oh dear God. This especially came after he showed them the pictures. How does that make sense if you want someone to commit to something? Yeah, just get the feeling. That's all you do. Get the feeling, pay the money. Shut up. Sit in class and be quiet. They've got numbers to reach, and you're holding them back, making them look bad to the other missionaries. How does commit to something that by its very nature is harmful to the person? Yeah, but this is exactly what the white supremacist peers did. They would push a victim to do something that would cause them harm. And they'd flatter and pacify and deceive them as if they're their friends, encourage them, and then peer pressure them in order to maintain the friendship. I don't know if you, Jasmine, have had mean girls in high school or junior high. Like, you can always watch the movie if you haven't already. But these were the white supremacist boys, just like Mean Girls. Dear God, this is exactly what I saw coming to Utah when I moved here. Mormons were the white supremacist bullies that I grew up with. And I hear on the news of the suicides of little kids. I'm getting the flashbacks of the black girl just the other year. Committed suicide because she was picked on by her Mormon peers. And I know exactly what the conversation was, as do you. Because those kids grow up to go on missions and tell black people that they were fence sitters. And nobody goes after the church. It all gets silenced here in Utah. And you got girls committing suicide because the Mormon meanies just utterly demoralize women. I mean, even the Young Turks, before Anna was exposed as being an anti-Semite, they covered a news clip that hit the internet in which a BYU guy sent a letter to a BYU girl saying that she was immodest and that she should be reported to the morality police at BYU. And so she showed a picture of what she was wearing. She was layered. Fully clothed, layered. It was cold, so long sleeve layers. And there he was, fashion shaming her as being a slut whore. These are Mormons who want to have people commit suicide if they will not conform and comply to their belief system. This is what I face on my comments. Mormons with such extreme hatred that they can't even defend the church or the Book of Mormon as Christian with Jesus. And so they have to resort to name calling. They have to resort to abusing my appearance. I had a guy the other day claim to be a dentist telling me that he can fix my teeth. That was his comment. Nothing about the video, only about my appearance. This is the abuse of Mormons. This is how evil they are. And the Book of Mormon teaches you this as Lamanites. The Mormons are the Lamanites, and the prophecy has been fulfilled. Mormons are the darkest of soul. And that's not even to bring up the animal cruelty here in Utah. Of little kids going around murdering animals. The news even the other day. Again, a guy is disturbed because somebody shot his dog. And another story about an animal being found in a lunchbox. A little baby kitten. This is Mormons. There is nothing good in them. That's why I'm convinced that Jasmine's right. That I should give up on Mormons, because there is no turning back for them. They are past feeling. Literally. They are the coldest of cold. And yes, it literally scares me to death. when I'm sitting on a bus and an old woman across from me is talking about how she hates Obama for being black. There is no redeeming value in Mormons. I can't find it. It's not coming forward. The only ones who come to my channel are those who are no longer Mormon, or like you guys who were never Mormon. You were doing research on the church, you found me. I seriously cannot find anything redeeming in Mormons anymore. They are gone. And the consequences that the Book of Mormon tells us should have scared Mormons. But they're living in denial that it won't happen. Not to us. We're the chosen ones. We're the master race. We're getting our kingdom back. Jesus! It literally is a nightmare. Should have done the other comment last. He asked how they can support and promote a church or an organization that has this as a doctrine still in circulation today. They believe that Joseph Smith was just acting on... See, they're blaming Joseph when it was just acting on what he was being told by God. So you're written. They will never agree to tell the truth. They will never seek for the truth. They have to maintain the lie, and the lie is abominable. And so they have to turn the abomination into God. That is how abominable Mormons are. And it wasn't his personal belief, as he tried to explain to them how Brigham Young was... They related by stating that the church is Joseph's, not Brigham's. Yep, the racist they justify and put it back on Joseph, just like a Danite. Oh, God. And we shouldn't be as concerned about Brigham Young's teachings and beliefs, as they have nothing to do with the Church of Jesus Christ. You need to record this and play it back to them. Oh my God. Brigham Young was a false prophet. We don't care about him. We just skip over to John Taylor, and then you expose John Taylor. Well, we skip over to Wilford, then you expose Wilford Woodruff. Oh my God. Oh, it is so abominable. Mormons, you dumbasses. Well, I see it's after 5. Let's see if we got church news to add to this. Or if I got to do a special segment for church news separate. Everybody seems to be taking off for these 2 weeks, so see if the church is doing the same. I still have the birth of Jesus anti-Semitism that makes Christmas more anti-Semitic. What we believe in anti-Semitism. Nope, they still have celebrating faith in action as white supremacists. And yes, everybody knows that that look from a white woman means she's a racist. God. I even had a black woman make that comment to me when she saw it. Elder Cook invites missionaries to love and serve the Savior. Well, a BYU study of psychology shows differences in how parents and kids view teen social media use. They're still on it. They will not give up. They just got sued for what they had the legislature in Utah do. And their church is still pushing it. That is typical white supremacy right there. They know it's wrong. They know it's a violation of the Constitution. They know they're supposed to support the Constitution. That's what they teach in Joseph Smith scriptures. But screw Joseph Smith and the Constitution. We're doing what we want. We're going to ban it. Oh my God. It's times like these that I really wish I was never born in this church. Literally. But if it hadn't have been for that, I wouldn't be where I am today. The problem is that other Mormons don't do the same. And the majority who leave, they still carry this baggage with them of the lies and blaming Joseph Smith and blaming the wrong interpretation of the Book of Mormon. It is shameful. It is disgusting. Go away from me. I'm done with the video, I think. And seriously, there is no redeeming value of Mormons. Because the critics and the Mormons who do videos, they get popular because they perpetuate what everybody recycles. And I don't do that. And so YouTube has to shut me down because I'm somebody new. I'm a new voice, and everybody's looking for a new voice on this thing. And even though I get the hate comments on both sides, YouTube makes sure I don't get the views anymore. And that's sad. They don't even count me anymore. That's how they had to shut me down lately. Alrighty. So yeah, Jasmine, if you're obviously still listening, but yeah, if you want me to keep sending you the updated fashion that I get every day, well, keep doing it. You can send me fashion too. I'll download them. I don't know if you are able to do them in a zip file, and then I can obtain more that way. That would be cool.